Слънчев в Париж. Аз съм тук по покана на Sephora България, за да присъствам на един страхотен мастер-клас на тренерката на Fenty Beauty. Това беше едно от тези обаждания, които когато ги получиш по телефона и такова не вярваш, че ти се случва. Много благодаря на Sephora България, че ми изпратиха тук. Днес ще се разхождаме заедно с София. Тя е изпратена от Sephora Сърбия. Да си направим най-различни снимки, така да кажем, по по-туристическите места. А утре е самото събитие, самият мастер-клас, така че ще снимам утре оттам. И ще има и час с грим, така че да не ви разказвам всичко предварително, продължавайте да гледате. Направихме си няколко снимки на Ейфеловата кула. Преоблякохме се, аз съм вече с друг аутфит, нося още в раницата отзад и отиваме към следващите 3 локации. Надявам се да успеем, защото имаме 1 час с фотографката зад мен. Да успеем да си направим някакви хубави снимки и след това вече спокойно да си отдъхнем и да си се разходим като нормални туристи. Сега вижте на къде отиваме. Локация номер 2 за снимки.
La chambre si noire que mes deux petits yeux n'arrivent pas à croire.
Ето ме в стаята, сега се върнахме след цялата обиколка от... Пристигнахме, мисля, че към 10 в хотела, не, 11. 11 сутринта след летището пристигнахме в хотела и до сега сме обикаляли вече 6 часа, значи това са 7 часа обикаляне по така местата из Париж, за да си направим едни хубави снимки, но наистина доста се поморихме. Сега малко ще си починем с София и след това отиваме отново на разходка, за да се снимаме на вечерна Ейфелова кула, която блести от време на време, така че отиваме да я хванем и нея, защото все пак нямаме много време, трябва да букнем всички must haves, както се казва на едно обикаляне из град като Париж. Нали, всяка такава голяма дестинация си има някакви места, където всеки просто иска да се снима, така че аз като за първ път, всъщност не съм казала сега, но на мен това ми е за първ път в Париж преди мени 15 на години имах възможност всъщност да дойда, но така се учиха нещата, че не можах да дойда, затова на мен сега ми е много такова емоционално, защото тогава много тежко го изживях, че не успях да дойда. Така че сега ми е много хубаво и затова се наслаждавам на всеки един момент. Благодарение на това, че Sephora избраха да дойда на представянето на всъщност на мастер-класът на Fenty. Аз сега да ви разведа и със стаята. Няколко часа обратно пред Ейфеловата кула, за да хванем този много красив момент, където тя започва да блести за около 5 минути, така че сме тук за снимки.
La chambre si noire que mes deux petits yeux n'arrivent pas à croire qu'ils sont heureux. Est-ce que le jour il reviendra de mon compte?
Както София казва, това трябва да се включи в влога. Вижте колко е красиво зад нея. Всичко е розово и лилаво и много вкусно. Не ви снимахме основните, защото не бяха нещо, кой знае какво. Но пък десертите са един огромен макарон. Това е сорбе от манго и един огромен крем карамел. Часът е 12, будна съм от 4 сутринта българско време. Тоест в България в момента е много време съм будна. Лягаме, т.е. първо ще си мия лицето, ще си сложа една маска малко да се поправя за утре и сутринта снимам отново. Така че сега, за да не ви говоря толкова бавно и умряло, казвам ви лека нощ и се видим сутринта. Дьор в Париж просто са много важни. Или по-скоро, защото не мога да си направя сама косата. Отивам някой друг да му направи. Да се излагаме, както се казва, пред чужденците. Часът е 1:20 вече, мисля, че така, че имам около 1 час да се гримирам и 10 минути да стигна до място на събитието. Отивам, както вече съм казала, предполагам по-нататък видео, понеже когато снимам, не знам точно какво ще се вкарам в видеото, да повторя. В Париж съм в момента, това е хотелската стая зад мене, покана съм тук на Sephora и Fenty Beauty. Ще има днес представяне, всъщност мастер-клас, което е, нали, такова за мен като гримьор едно много голямо предизвикателство и съм супер любопитна към това какво ще видя. Мастер-класът ще бъде на тренерката на международната тренерка на Fenty Beauty, така че наистина ще научим много интересни неща, каквото мога ще ви снимам, за да ви го покажа. А сега ще се гримирам за събитието, ще ви покажа после и роклята, която съм си избрала. Малко е студено в Париж, всъщност представях си, че ще бъде по-студено, някъде мисля, че около 8-10 градуса. Подготвя съм си 2 чифта обувки, много се колебая дали са отворените или затворените. Понеже събитието така че е близко и мисля, че ще заложа на отворените обувки, така че да видим. Сега започвам с грима. Хей! Защо я? Мора идиш вече? Nisam vidjela. Nisam, šminkam se. Skoro nisam još. Pa trebate mi 5-10 minuti, je to kasno? Pa pisalo je u pola... Jel imamo vremena, jel trebam žuriti? Da, nisam vidjela. Ajde, žurim и си идем доле. Айде. Понеже тук що ми извъннаха, че всъщност е трябвало преди 15 минути да съм долу, аз въобще нямах никаква представа, защото никой не ми беше казал в колко ще трябва да сме долу. Понеже е близко, знам горе-долу къде се намира самото събитие, слагам бързо червеното червило и тръгвам. Няма да слагам очна линия, защото нямам време, така че слагам червеното червило и дим да ме няма. Стигнахме на събитието. Всъщност не закъсняваме, трябваше да сме 2:30 тук, в момента е 2:10, така че просто не се бяха се разбрали да слезем малко по-рано, но въобще аз не го знаех. Слезем долу пред хотела и да дойдем малко по-рано тук на събитието, така че все пак успяхме 20 минути по-рано тук. Аз не си сложих очна линия, която исках, така че оставам само с едно червено червило, което все пак всъщност е някаква хубава класика, така че няма да се ядосвам, продължавам нататък да ви снимам.
Traveled to be here, and I'm super excited to be here in France and have all of these amazing artists and influencers from all over Europe. But also too was excited excited to do it because it was a music video, something that I always was enamored with, something that I was obsessed with as a teenager. I was excited to do it, and I was only 19, so very fearless because I had never done anybody's makeup professionally, and I just said, sure, I'll do it. So once I was there on the set of the music video, I realized that this is what I want to do. I want to be a makeup artist. I want to work on music videos, seeing the cameras change and the lighting change and doing the different looks. It just really inspired me, and it fueled something in me that said, I want to do this for the rest of my life. I love this. So after that, I actually got a job at Sephora. I was 20 years old, and it was when Sephora was kind of opening a lot of their locations in the US, and I got pretty high up in the ladder working there really quickly because I was really great at what I did, and I was a fast learner. I actually feel like I got a lot of my training while working there. I learned a lot about products, I learned a lot about skin tones, skin types, eye shapes. Working every day, it really helped prep me for the makeup artist that I am today. I worked there for almost 3 years, and then after that I started to do a little bit more freelance work. And I started to just really push myself and try to work with as many people as possible, and I would even pay photographers to do photo shoots with me. So that I could make connections and network, and it just was like a domino effect. People would recommend me to other people, and they were like, you're really great, and everything that I did, I always wanted to put 120% behind. I was assisting when I was about 24 years old, another makeup artist, and she got me a job to do makeup for the background of one of Rihanna's music videos. This was like 7 years ago. And this was her music video, S&M. And it was my first big music video with a really big artist like Rihanna. So I was really excited, and I went in doing my job, working on set, did the makeup for the extras, and as soon as Rihanna came to set, I saw her like coming in this little golf cart. And I just remember thinking, oh man, that's Rihanna, how exciting. And I was like, play it cool, because when you're on set, you have to be professional. I didn't want to like look at her or stare at her and make her feel uncomfortable. So I was just kind of like minding my own business and still thinking like, oh my God. And like, she got off the golf cart, and then as soon as I turned to look at her, I feel like she looked at me, and she just came up to me and she was like, wow, I love your hair, I love your skin, I love your makeup. Like, she was so nice and so real that made me feel so good. And I was like, oh my God, like Rihanna knows who I am. Like, she looked at me, she complimented me, she talked to me. It was an amazing feeling. And then we did the scene, she did her part, and then we went back in, and then her creative director came up to me and said, hey, Rihanna really loves you. She really wants to know if you want to be in her music video. And I was like, really? I was like, yes, of course. So I went home, grabbed some clothes, called one of my friends, and said, can you, because I was still doing makeup, so can you come and touch up the people that I did makeup for so that I can be in the music video? My friend got there really quick. I went there, I changed, and I'm in the video. If you go and you watch S&M, I'm like, have spiky, short, blonde hair. It was a really great experience. I was like on cloud 9, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. And then after that, I felt like Rihanna and I were just friends. I would always see her when I would work with other clients, like at the backstage of award shows, and we connected through social media, and we always had this great connection. And I never actually did her makeup until the last year and a half. But I always knew back then, one day I know I'm going to do her makeup, one day I know I will work with her, but it has to be at the right time. But again, we had that friendship, because this is like seven years ago, I think. And then when I heard that she was doing Fenty Beauty about 3 years ago, I emailed her creative director and I said, hey, if you guys need any help with anything, I'm down. Whatever you guys need, I'm here. I'm excited. Because I knew that Fenty Beauty was going to be epic. Everything that Rihanna does, she puts so much passion into, she puts so much detail into. I already knew that it was going to be amazing. And I love her style. I love her makeup style. I love her red lips that she does, her bold lips. She did a green lip before anyone else did a green lip. She would wear a black lip, you know, to a red carpet and look amazing. Like, I just loved her edginess and her coolness and the fact that she didn't do what everybody else was doing. She kind of was in her own lane and setting trends, which I loved. So I knew this was going to be like epic. And sure enough, they emailed me back and said, actually, yes, she's looking for a global makeup artist. And she would love for you to try out. So I went and I tried out, and it was like Project Runway for makeup. Like, there was, I think, a casting where they had like, I think it was like 3,000 makeup artists from all over the world. They went and tried out, and then they did this cut where they cut it down to like 30, and maybe, I think it was 45 people left. 30 were in Los Angeles, and 20 or 15 were in New York. But again, from all over the world. So they were just meeting there. And when we were there, I was there with 30 other people. We had tryouts. We had to do makeup in 20 minutes. We had to do a runway look. We had to speak on camera. We had to do mood boards. We had to do like all these challenges, you know, to see how we would work under pressure. And after that, it went down from 45 to 3 people, and I was one of the 3 people. And on the last day, Rihanna came, and we one by one went in and did her makeup. And it was the first time I ever did her makeup, so you have to know how nervous I was. Yes, I knew her, we've talked, and we're friends and everything, but it was different because I wanted her to be happy, I wanted her to love it, and I really wanted to do a great job. So yes, I was very nervous at the beginning, but she's so humble and so cool. She really, you know, was so chill about it. It was great vibes, and I feel like once I got started, it was just magic. And she loved it, and I had the most best experience doing that. I remember going home and calling my husband crying because I had done her makeup, and it was just like such a big thing for me. And saying, even if I don't get the job, at least I did her makeup once, you know, which is epic to me. And I remember that night I didn't sleep because I didn't want to stop reliving the moment. I kept replaying everything that just happened, from her complimenting the way I did her lips, to her saying she really loved the way her skin looked, all the little things that she was loving. I kept replaying that in my head over and over, and I felt that if I fell asleep and I started to dream in my sleep, I would forget. So I couldn't sleep the whole night because I didn't want to stop rethinking about that. It was probably one of the best days of my life. After that, about 2 or 3 months later, I got an email that I made it, and I was, you know, one of the 2 global makeup artists that she chose. So I'm just going to take some primer and I'm going to apply it. And when you first apply this primer, even though I know it says soft matte, it almost moisturizes the skin. It gives the skin a little bit of this moisture, which is really nice. But when it dries down, it has this soft matte finish where it almost blurs any kind of large pores and imperfections. And it's also going to make your foundation last longer, which is really great. And then I'm going to apply her foundation. So I'm going to take the Pro Filt'r foundation. This is the color 330, and I'm going to shake it. Very important to do this before you use it. This foundation is very pigmented, which as a makeup artist I love. I've always been drawn to very pigmented foundations because I feel when you have a lot of pigment in your foundation, a little bit goes a long way. But a thing to remember when foundations are very pigmented, you have to shake it really well because since you have so much of that pigment, they separate, and you might be puffing it out and then applying it and you're like, oh, it looks different today. It's just because you're getting more of one color versus another, so you just really want to shake it up. Now these matchsticks are the same soft matte finish as the foundation, the concealer, the powder. Everything has this soft matte finish, which is great because everything kind of locks in together and really stays on your face. I'm going to take Mocha, which is the actual color that I use on Rihanna when I do her foundation, which is really cool. And when you get these at first, if you just take it and put it on your skin, it's kind of dry. You're kind of like tugging and people are like, it's too dry. So my trick is to take it and warm it on the back of your skin. Once it touches your skin, it starts to get creamy. But then when it dries almost like powder. So that way it stays. Because if you've ever used a cream contour, you notice that it kind of, throughout the day, you'll get greasy, you'll sweat, it'll move around, it doesn't stay. So for Rihanna, it was very important to have a cream contour that would actually stay on while you're sweating, if you're on stage, if you're singing, if you're on a music video, if you have bright lights, it'll stay, which is great. So my trick is to warm it up on the back of your hand, get it creamy, and then apply it, and then you get that easy, creamy application. Because everyone always tells me, how come when you put it on it looks creamy, but when I do it, it's never creamy, it's always dry. And I always say it's because I always warm it up first on the back of my hand. And then highlight, and then she just starts swiping it on her eyes. And at first I get scared, I'm like, oh my gosh, that big brush on the eyes? Never, I would never use this on the eyes. But when she's doing it, it's just blending so beautifully, and it's like buffing the crystals in, and it just gives it like that wash. And then she starts to put it on her temples and her cheeks, and I realized then that you don't have to always follow the rules. You can use a big brush on the eyes if you want to, if that's the look that you're going for. And that's why we call it Rihanna's highlighting technique. It's when you take your highlight and you apply it on the eyes, temples, cheek, kind of like this really beautiful halo, which I'm going to do now. So
can you say something to my followers? Everyone, look how stunning Jenny is. I'm here with Sephora France doing a masterclass, and I am just in love with all of this. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Ето ме след събитието. Намирам се на Шанс-Елизе. Много съм щастлива, защото събитието беше много хубаво. Пресила е супер готин човек. Много беше мила. Снима се с нас, обясняваше ни всичко. Искаше да я питаме. В момента ме вали дъжда, аз ви говоря, но се намирам. Исках да ви снимам, защото се намирам пред най-голямата Сефора тук в Париж. Всъщност преди малко разбрах, че толкова е посещаема, колкото е, ако щете вярвайте, посещаемостта на Айфеловата кула, така че влизам да разглеждам. След събитието, както казах, веднага дойдохме в Сефора и веднага се застанах да си взема още няколко неща, които ми трябват. Завършихме и с магазинът на Дисни. Подаръците на децата са готови и се прибираме. Чао от Шанс-Елизе! Здравейте от летището в Париж. Казваме ви чао. Това до мен е София. Ще сложа долу линк за нейното видео, защото тя е така да кажа по-напред с материал от мен в влоговете. Аз не съм още много както трябва за това. Точно сега я гледах как се снимаше финала на видеото и добре, и аз ще снимам финал на видеото. Няма да бъде това, което тук ще видяхте в Шанс-Елизе. Включваме се от тук. Казвам чао, благодаря още веднъж на Сефора България за това, че ме изпратиха и надявам се да ви харесва това видео. Дайте на палец нагоре и продължавайте да гледате следващите видеа, защото следващото ще бъде със сигурност с продуктите на Fenty, така че надявам се да ви харесва. Чао, чао! Чао!
Si noir que mes deux petits yeux